can work, okay? It works. It works, believe it. Are a few $1,000,000 each. And I'm like, no, very close. She knows where I live. I looked at her and said, hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tigress, and if you've already been here before, then welcome back. Guys, make sure that you hit the subscribe button, the bell notification, and that you give this video a like. And make sure to comment down below your thoughts, because why not? Let's get into this video. So, I don't know where to start this video. Okay, I did something today, and I was about to post a story on my Instagram, and then I thought, you know what? I think I'm gonna make a video out of it, because why not? I haven't really made any videos about this subject in general, because my YouTube isn't surrounded by that, but if you guys are into these things, like, let me know, and maybe we can make more videos. But like, if you have questions and stuff or whatever, just let me know, okay? Because like, let me know down there. I've known about the law of attraction for a long time now, and if it has worked for me in various ways, it can work, okay? It works, believe it. I've always been into it, and sometimes, you know, it's just about believing it, right? I believe it, and then some days, like, I have trouble because I'm like, ooh, this certain thing, sometimes I try to push too hard, and one of the things is something that's on there that we're gonna talk about. But yeah, so if you haven't noticed, that thing there is my vision board, which I think a lot of you probably, some might know and some might not even know at all. But yeah, I have a lot of things on there that I want to achieve. You have my YouTube subscriber count, house, car, and some thoughts and feelings I want to feel about how I perceive myself, and there's trips up there. And this is not my first, because like you have to update, right? Because things happen and you have to take them off, and I think it's yearly you're supposed to do this, so this is for this year. Anywho, on this specific board there is a house, like my dream house, if you could call it, the house that I would move in right now if I could. I just said something that you shouldn't be saying. The house that I would move into. The house that I want to move into. See, I'm struggling with some things, okay? So you have to believe it. You have to feel and know that it is yours. So that's my house. Don't say I wish. Don't say I wish. Yeah, so this is my future house, or a house, a similar house that I would love to be in, where there's a pool, where there's like the water in the back, and it's a beautiful house with like few rooms and washrooms, and anyways, it's beautiful, okay? And I've had that house on my wall for months, and yesterday, don't ask me why, I went on the site, or I don't remember how it happened. I was looking at something and I fell on the house, and it specifically said that today there was a free visit, so anyone could go. You didn't have to take a day, you didn't have to like book a day or whatever it was. You could just show up to the house and go. So I was like, wait a second, are you kidding me? Like, this is perfect, because I've seen a lot of people say like to that, where it's like they would explain like about their house that they want, or their condo or apartment that they wanted, and one of the good ways that they actually made it happen even better was to go in the house, visit, and feel like it's their house. Start decorating the house. Start, you know, like with their head, like what would they do with this place? What would they do with that place? Like everything. Like do as if you're living there, right? So you're living there. What would you do with the living room? What would you buy and put there? What would you put in your house? You know, everything. You just imagine yourself going in the house and out the house. So I have been visualizing myself going to that house, feeling like it's my house, parking in front of the house, looking at outside in the view, you know, of the outside, of the waterfront and all that stuff. And recently I've done that for like maybe a month or two, and then I forgot. Yeah, I think it was like a month where I was like, and it was on and off, right? Because you have to create your routine of like really doing it, right? So I was not doing too good, and then yesterday I was like, oh my gosh, I can visit the house. This would be perfect, because I can actually see myself park in front of the garage, go inside. I'm actually doing it, like I'm doing it. So now that I'm doing it, I can imagine myself going in, like I see it. Like now I see the plan of the house, I see everything, like how everything works and flows, and and it was an empty house, so I could legit feel myself putting everything in the house, right? We could go on about this. Now I know how the house looks in and out, like legit, it's in my head. I know what it looks like. Like at first, I wasn't sure because I was looking at pictures, so I was trying, but now I know exactly how the house is. I know everything, and there's some things that I just spit, and I know there's some things that I didn't see on the picture that I got to saw, and this is crazy because like I went in the house, now I know it's here, it's impregnated, but the fact that I was talking to the girl the whole time, it was hard for me to like imagine as if now I was actually feeling like I was a potential buyer. She was talking as if I was a potential buyer. So I was the one. It's a really gloomy day, really bad. It's raining, there's ice, it's ice water everywhere, dangerous, not a cool weather, and usually it is not the time when people are looking to buy a house. So yesterday I said to my friend, I really want to go, LOA, it's calling me, I need to go to the house, I need to imagine as if I live there, I need to do the whole thing, like I have to do it. And she goes, do it and then tell me how it goes. I'm like, are you sure? Like, I'm so stressed. I feel like they're gonna look at me like, I felt like they're gonna look at me like, what are you doing here? And like, you know, all those things. And also like, I was scared that they were gonna find out kind of like, you can't buy this house right now, why are you here type of thing, you know? And I told my friend, it's like, that's the exact thing that I shouldn't be doing. I shouldn't be thinking like that, because if I think like that, then that's what I'm attracted, the fact that I can't buy the house. And that's not how you have to live your life, right? You have to believe in yourself. Goodness gracious. So she's like, just do it. And I'm like, yeah, but then I start thinking, okay, well, do I have to knock at the door? Do I just go in? Like, maybe I'll just go in front of the house, and if there's people, then I'll just walk in with them, and then I'll do whatever. And in my head, the girl is supposed to be doing whatever, and I'm supposed to be walking around. No one's supposed to be following me. And it's like a dead end, right? So when you get to the house, you can't, so I'm like right in front, and I slow down and I stop and I start looking at if there's something written in front of the doors like, come in everyone, and like take your shoes off or whatever. There's nothing, and then I look and there's one car, and I'm like, uh-oh. And then in front, it's a dead end, so I have to, if I want to, I have to turn around. And then magically the garage door opened, and it is her, the lady that is selling the house, with another man, and they're like, come in, and I'm just like, okay, yay, that saved me. Woo! Get out of the car, and they both go, oh hi, how are you, blah blah blah, just be careful, there's ice, da 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 da, and I'm okay. And then she goes, is this for you? Is it for someone else? Are you like an agent? And I'm like, no, it's for me, maybe, I don't know, or like, why am I talking so much, shut up. And I'm like, oh, and then I was talking about my dad like looking for a house, and that maybe he would like, so it's like there's so many possibilities right now. So this girl thinks, well, she might be for her, might be for someone else, but she really enjoys the house, so I'll just show her around, right? That's what, you know, that's what I'm hoping she thinks. So then she starts the tour, which I'm like, oh great, now she's gonna make me a tour, and I have to feel like I have to be neutral. Like, I like some things, I don't like some things, and just gotta be neutral. Don't make like I'm loving this house, because then she's gonna be like, ooh yeah, it's sold, and then she's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? So I do the whole tour, and of course like there was negatives and positives, and I'm just asking a few little questions, not too much, but I'm talking to her, mostly talking, or listening I should say, and that's great, you know? And I'm like, wow, okay, it's not what I was expecting, you know, with the pictures and everything. And she's like, oh really? I'm like, yeah. And then she said, oh, you think I should do a video or something? Because I made a video, right, at one point, like I want to make a video to see like me walking in the house and doing all those things to help me visualize and see myself in it and all that stuff. Oh my, I should have laughed. I was done the tour, guys, and I stayed there, and I did so many things that are not okay. So many things that I shouldn't have done, but I did. Now, okay, let's get into it a little bit more. This girl is really nice, you know? She seemed to believe that I lived in the street or houses right near, because I'm like, oh, I'm on the other side. She's like, oh, you live on that street? I'm like, no, those streets are like a few $1 million. The houses are a few $1 million each. And I'm like, no, very close. Okay, so now she's like, she doesn't live there, so it's close, okay. We're talking about, oh yeah, for sure, like I'd want to upgrade, like I'd want to be like near the water, like that would be my upgrade for sure. And I do want a bigger house, but like it's a big house, but anyways, it's 2 stories, and it's got like a lot of rooms, a few washrooms. It's a big house with a pool, and it's by the water. It's a big house, okay? It's a big house, and It's lovely. And definitely I would have lots of plans if I was there. I'd be able to have my studio to work in here. I'd have like downstairs you can have a gym. I can even rent a room in there. Like it's beautiful. It's amazing. There used to be an inside freaking pool in there. Anyways. So the view is amazing, like wow, and da da da. And then she starts showing me the listing, and then she starts showing me other houses that she sells, because this girl clearly sells $1 million houses. So she shows me another way that she's selling $1 million houses, like a 4.5 or $5 million houses, and she's showing me like you can walk inside and everything, and I'm like, wow, that's amazing. And then we get to the point where she actually asks my address. She knows where I live. I'm crying because it's so funny and so funny and so bad at the same time. She put my address in her thing, I'm a Bob, where she knows exactly how much I paid. She knows exactly how much I paid for my house. She knows every detail. She was looking at the listing of when I bought the house 5 years ago. She's looking at the pictures, she's looking at the price, she's looking at everything. And now I'm right beside her, you know, talking about how I renovated the house a little bit. I made some few changes, and I'm like, oh, the house doesn't look like that anymore. She's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it doesn't look like that anymore. Like, I did this, and she's going through the pictures. And I see the price, and I look, right, all I'm thinking right now is, this girl sees my house, the price of my house, and I'm in a $1.3 million house. Somebody help me. I need to get out of here. Oh, like, okay, guys, I'm in a $1.3 million house. Now this girl knows where I live. She knows how much I paid for my house. And now she asks, so what do you do for a living? Oh my goodness, please, please get me out of the house. Please get me out of the house. These were all the reasons why I was so scared to go visit the house, because I'm like, they're gonna ask me questions, they're gonna wonder, what the hell am I doing there? If it's for me, and if I have the money, and now they're just gonna judge me, and now she knows where I live, how much I paid for my house, and now she knows what I do. Which, by the way, I never say fully the truth, because it's like, my friend was like, you should have told her you were like a superstar, like a YouTuber like star or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, no, because if she does and she starts looking into me or she asks me questions, I'm like, I just rather cut it, you know? And then I'm just like, I need to leave. And then she gives me like these things. Oh, and she also mentioned how she can help me if ever I want to sell my house. She can help me like for the finances, like everything. She can help me for everything. And I know that, it's true. Yeah, like I have a friend who does that, and if I do decide to sell and move and whatever, I would definitely call him, you know? So I'm like, yeah, thank you so much, it's very nice. And I'm not saying like I know what the payment is for this house. It's not like something that's like, whoa, like you can't do it. But you definitely don't want to be like tight, you know? And you definitely want to make sure that you get that house and you can live and eat and do stuff like travel and eat and like, you know, pay gas and your electricity and all that jazz, you know? You're not gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? But, and the thing is, like, you need to like make sure that it's not you know what I'm saying? Like, let's say you're someone that makes like, I don't know, like 5,000-6,000 a month and everything's good, you can maybe buy the house with like nothing left in your pocket, and then you can rent, like I was saying, and then you would have enough for whatever. But then like you do have to make sure that that money is every time, right? It's monthly, it's not just one like a few times a month. Don't lose your house, okay? So anyways, now this is, so I filmed myself, right? I'm filming it, like so I have that, so you're gonna see it. I'm leaving. I'm like, oh, thank you so much, because now I have to get out of the house. I remember one time I said, and I hope she didn't hear it, and I said, wow, I can't even leave this house. Okay, so the guy that was there in the beginning was the owner, okay, and he ended up by leaving. And then before I was gonna leave, I saw the woman owner. They both saw me. They were moved out, by the way. They're moving like 2 houses. Anyways, they made a bigger house, I guess. I don't know. They just moved out. And I'm like, I need to leave, like I don't want to make this even, she's asking me more questions, and as much as I like to be in the house and I feel like I had to be there because I wanted like the energy and everything, but like she's literally all alone and I'm all alone, so the agent is definitely gonna stick around with me because there's no one else and she wants to sell the house. I need to get out of here. I was getting uncomfortable right now because I'm like, this girl knows, she's asking me a question about what I do, she knows like where I live now, she knows the like I'm like, I need to get out. Already the fact that she knows where I live is way too much for me. I had to sign my name. It's not that it's a bad thing, okay? She literally can be like, well, okay, maybe you can buy $1 million house more than what you have, like I don't know. Like, I don't know, don't judge people, right? Never judge people. But now my thing was like, she was really nice too. She really, I don't know if she was believing, she was definitely respectful. During the visit, I was talking about like how like me imagining myself, but I was also talking about my dad because I'm like, I don't want this person to, you know, so I'm like, oh, you know, my dad, la la, looking for a house, and I thought, I want him to be near me. And then I was like, they asked me about a boat and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, and I was talking about my dad. So there was a part where, you know, when I was talking, when we were showing my house, I'm like, oh, you know, a lot of people, because the big virtual thing online, oh, people are probably going to see the houses online before and then eliminating, because that's what I did with my house, right? When I bought it first, I was like looking at houses that I liked, and then I was going eliminating. And I'm literally visiting a house right now. So she's probably like, oh, so this is one of the houses that she liked, hopefully, or whatever. It doesn't really care, but I'm just like, I'm talking about like the first time I bought my house, and then I'm talking about like not being like, do you guys know what I mean? Like, I'm talking about maybe someone else will want it and I'll keep it, like I'm gonna keep in touch, like at least if I talk, like I'll talk about it, I'll spread it. Like I'm almost talking as if I'm trying to sell the house with her, like I'm gonna help her sell the house, when literally this house is the one that I want. Why would I want to sell it to someone else? At one point she even said, oh yeah, maybe your dad can buy it, and I'm like, yeah, and I'll steal it from him. And he goes, yeah, or maybe he'll give it to you later. And I was like, this was like at the beginning of the freaking tour, guys. I'm legit digging a hole the whole time, like, ah, but this girl was so nice and she was so respectful and she was doing the whole thing, and she never was like, I'm sorry, I can't give you a tour, you have to leave or whatever. I know she wouldn't do that, but because you never know, like I said, right? And you never know, like, who says maybe I won't be buying it. So anyhow, when I leave, this is what I said. First of all, you gotta believe me when I say I don't want them to sell it. I want to be able to get to a point where I can literally buy the house. And if someone buys it, my chances are a little diminished because maybe I can buy it like from them. We never know. Or maybe they'll buy it and like sell it, fix it and sell it in a year or two. You know, some people do that. Or they'll change their mind, or I could get someone to knock on their door and be like, hey, someone wants to buy a house. Once it's not for sale doesn't mean it's not for sale. You know, I've had someone knock here and say they wanted to buy this house like a year or two in. So it actually wasn't someone, it was an agent. I'm not joking. Anywho, I looked at her and said, I hope you have a lot of people that come to visit. Do you know how wrong in so many ways that is? One, I do not want anyone to buy it because I want it. But anyways, she doesn't know that, and it's, you know, we're not there yet. Two, now she's like, well, she's definitely not gonna want this house. Or it's definitely just a visit because she was like, you know what I mean? Like, well, she visited because she was curious, because she just said, well, I hope other people come visit. That's what I think in my head. You tell me down below, you tell me what you think of that phrase, because I feel like it's the worst thing I could have said. But you tell me down below, was it bad? I know it's bad because I literally don't want anyone to buy it. Like, I don't want. But I feel like her interpretation of that must have been, well, she's not interested, or she was just visiting. This is the story of me going to visit my dream house, which I find kind of humiliating. So, let me know, guys. What do you feel? What do you think about this? I went to visit a $1.3 million house today. Anywho, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell notification, and give this video a like, and I hope to see you for my next video, which should be very soon. Bye, guys.